Hello, it is 2:30. It is the 30th day of 2021. It's my brother's birthday. So give him a shout out over at his charity, Team Primetime. And hey, have you guys heard about these crazy kids who do this D&D thing on the YouTube called Critical Roll? I don't know. I've never talked about them before. So earlier today, Matt, Marissa, and Travis were on the YouTube talking about the state of Critical Role and the much anticipated Campaign 3. Now, this is what we know so far. I'm going to try and remain impartial and not judgmental. Of course. It's going to take... Campaign 3 will start October 21st, 2021, around 7 p.m. and be broadcast on all the usual channels that do Critical Role, and the Critical Role podcast will be the next day. Also, if you're very, very lucky, certain theaters across the United States of America will be premiering the first episode of Campaign 3 in the theater, because Critical Role has reached the point that it can now be shown in the same theater that is showing multi-billion-dollar movies like Carnage. This will take place on the continent of Marquette. It has a brand new set. We already knew that they had a brand new set. We've had a brief preview of the brand new set. The brief preview included showing a lantern, a camera setup, some chairs, a DM screen, and a window. So obviously it does not do it justice, except it sort of gives it a nautical feel. At least the window did, and the lantern did. Maybe it's supposed to be a boat. Now, thankfully, if you're like me and don't know anything about the world of Critical Role because you avoid it like I do, they are doing a History of Zandia video coming up, along with a behind-the-scenes video coming up before the production of October begins on October 21st with the first episode of Campaign 3. So this is a great start point for people who are completely unfamiliar with the world of Critical Role, is finally we're getting a History of Zandia video. Not sponsored by Wizards of the Coast, by the way. This is completely all them being done on their new set with all the current actors. Apparently Travis has a lot of questions, and we might see some changes to the cast. So if you've become very comfortable with the Laura, Marissa, Sam, Travis, Taliesin, the other person, Amy, I don't know that guy's name, whatever, you know who they are. You might be in surprises because apparently we have some people joining and maybe some people leaving, or some guest stars at least. Also, Matt said that in this campaign, they're going to be taking one Thursday off a month. So if you're used to having a Critical Role every week, there's going to be 1 week where there won't be Critical Role. There will still be some form of content, and it's a chance for you to catch up on previous episodes. Give Matt a break from DMing, so he's not doing this every week, and give them a chance to, I don't know, catch their breath, do other projects, take a 1 day a week off, which I think, despite everything negative I say about them, they deserve. I mean, they do put in a lot of work. They have announced that they will be pre-recording the game for Campaign 3. Don't worry, they say. You can expect the same level of stuff you're used to seeing them live. Of course, it's never been live. But it'll be the same editing, the same production values, the same level of effects. Just they're pre-recording it because schedules change, the world is different, COVID, to keep everybody safe. If somebody gets sick, if there's a sudden emergency, if Laura goes into labor or whatever, so this is, yeah. And it's taking place on the continent of Marquette, which I don't know enough about Zandia and Critical Role to say what that means. I guess we will find out in the History of Zandia video, which will probably be sometime early in October. Since they have announced, just again, Campaign 3 begins October 21st, 2021 at 7 p.m., to be seen in all the usual places that Critical Role is seen. So the YouTube, I don't know why they don't have their own channel yet. I mean, they have their own YouTube channel, and I guess they have their own Twitch channel. So, how long before they have just their own cable channel? They're halfway there anyways. Now that they have their own set, they have their own production company. It's obvious they are continuing to break away from Wizards of the Coast. Notice that they do not call it Dungeons & Dragons anymore. It's Critical Role Campaign 3 on the continent of Marquette in the world of Zandia. Nowhere in the video was Dungeons & Dragons mentioned or D&D Beyond mentioned. They did also mention that they're going to be cutting down on exposing the artwork. They're still accepting artwork, and if the fans give them permission, they will show the artwork on a separate production on their Twitch. But if you're used to seeing artwork in the middle and end beginning of each episode, they're not doing that anymore. They didn't say why. Maybe it's a copyright thing. Maybe they got in trouble. Maybe they felt they were exposing too many individuals or not enough individuals, or it wasn't fair, or maybe there wasn't a way to market it. I don't know. Or maybe by putting it directly into its very own little subsection of their Twitch channel that gives them more control. Who knows? It's a very weird choice. I don't think the artwork aspect takes up that much time. Maybe it has something to do with post-production. It's expensive to insert the artwork in the middle and end and beginning of once they have the production in the can. They didn't say. They just said, hey, if you're used to seeing the art at the beginning, middle, and end, it's not going to be there anymore. But we'll still do the art just someplace else where I guess you maybe have to pay to see. I don't know. Pre-recording the game is interesting, but I'm not going to say anything about editing or anything like that. It is strange that during the video, Travis and Marissa seemed to know a lot about something that they shouldn't have known anything about. They were giggling about all the new stuff and the new set and the new campaign, but really, shouldn't it be a surprise, Travis and Marissa? Maybe I'm just misinterpreting because I have preconceived negative issues with Critical Role. You tell me. You can see the video on YouTube. Also, every other gaming news channel is covering it. I'm just covering it first. So there you go. Some Critical Role news because, hey, love them or hate them, they are going to influence what's going to happen in the gaming industry for at least a little while longer. And with all the changes coming to Dungeons & Dragons in the next 2 years, it'll be interesting to see what course Critical Role takes. Interesting that it chose the word course since the new set kind of looks like a boat from first view, but again, it might need nothing. Critical Role! Nothing will get me hits like talking about Critical Role. So, yeah, and thumbs down. I know that this video will get me a lot of hits and a lot of thumbs down. Critical Role, Critical Role, Critical Role, Critical Role, and Critical Role. Critical Role.